Namaskaram. You just heard the deep and majestic voice of one of the doyens of Carnatic music, Sri M.D. Ramanathan, singing Ragam Sahana. As you might already have noticed, this Ragam kindles emotions that are so gentle and so devotional. Sahana is a Janya Raga. It is a janyam of the 28th Medakarta Ragam, Harikambhoji. And Sahana is a Ubhaya Vakra Ragam. What is a Ubhaya Vakra Ragam? It has got zigzag notes going both in the Arohanam as well as the Avarohanam. Normally when we say Upanga Ragam, you have notes that go in an order of frequency. Whereas in a Vakra Ragam, the frequency is a little bit juggled. So as you see, the Arohanam of Sahana goes like this. Sa, Re, Re2 or Chatushruti Rishabham. Gandharam is Antara Gandharam. Suddha Madhyamam. Panchamam. Till here the order is maintained. Once you reach Panchamam, it says Sarigama Pa-ma. It drops down to ma before it goes to da. It doesn't go directly from pa to da. It says pa-ma. And after ma, da-ni, sa. This kind of a formation is what you call vakram, where the order is slightly changed. Changed in terms of frequency. When there is a frequency modulation where there is a drop in frequency or an increase in frequency which is not in a particular order, then it is called a Vakra Ragam. So, Chatushruti Daivatam and Kaisiki Nishadam. So the Arohanam, once again, let me sing it for you. Sari ga ma pa ma da ni sa. I'll play it. In order to get that pa ma, you have to play double strike in pa, one to get pa and one to go to ma. And then the ni sa, where the ni is pushed to ni. Listen to it very carefully. Your ears must get used to these kind of frequencies that are being mixed. Where ni is played in da itself, it sounds like this. The ni. This ni is played in da itself. Suppose I play the ni in its own position, it will sound like this. The ni sa. A slight difference, but your ears must be able to catch it. This was ni taken in da itself. Once again, the Arohanam. Now the Avarohanam comes smoothly in a proper order till Madhyamam. Sa ni da pa ma. After that it says ga ma re ga re sa ma ga ma double strike in ga, one for ga and one to go back to ma. After that from ma you strike and say re ga re sa. In re ga re sa also from the ga you do double strike, one for ga and one to go to re. So you see a lot of this zigzag happening in the avarohanam. Once again I play the avarohanam. When you listen to this arohanam and avarohanam, you might think, oh, this is a very confusing ragam. Actually, it is one of the most easiest ragam to identify also. Why? Because this particular phrase keeps repeating in your prayogas. That is why Sahana can get very repetitive when a very long alapana is done. People generally refrain from making very big alapanas for Sahana. They are normally short and crisp. Because of this very reason, that these are the identifying phrases are these kind of vakra phrases and they can become repetitive. Now let us see the jiva swaras, the nyasa swaras of Sahana. Jiva swaras, like I have told in the earlier raga explanations, that jiva swaras are notes that are important to the raga, notes that start a kirtane, notes that start musical phrases, the prayogas, that are identifying factors. Those are called jiva swaras. For Sahana, the jiva swaras are Rishabham and Nishadam. Re ga ma re ga re. Re ga ma ni da pa. Re ga ma pa ma ni da pa. The Nishadam. Ni da ni sa. See how the knee is really very prominent. The way you oscillate and hold the knee, give the knee such a long pause, that becomes, an identifying factor again. And then you go to the nyasa swaras. What are nyasa swaras? Where the notes come and end, where the musical phrases will end, where charanam will end. So these ending notes are called the nyasa swaras. Again, rishabham, nishadam, panchamam, shadjamam. These are all very good nyasa swaras for Sahana. Pa ma ga ma re ga re. Re is an ending note. Sa pa da ni sa ni pa. Re ga ma re ga re sa. So you see the Shadjamam, Panchamam, both of them are also standing out to be very good ending notes of most of the musical phrases in Sahana. So these are the Jiva Swaras and Nyasa Swaras. Very important to know, especially when you are doing your Alapana. You can make musical phrases that bring out these notes prominently. And some Jiva Prayogas of Sahana will include Re ga ma pa pa, pa ma ga ma re ga re re. Da pa ma ga ma re. Re ga ma pa ma da ni sa. This is pretty much your Arohanam. Re re re. Re ni sa da ni da pa. Ni da pa ma ga ga ma re 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 ga re sa sa re sa ni sa da da ni da ma da da. See, you're moving across octaves. Sahana is capable of moving across all 3 octaves. Madani Dani re ni sa. As I was playing these prayogas, you must have noticed that one more ragam, one other ragam is also creeping into some of these prayogas. Very similar, almost very similar to Sahana is Raga Dvijavanti. Now, what is the difference between the two? How are you going to not get confused which one is Dvijavanti and which one is Sahana? Both of them have the same avarohana. They share the sa ni da pa ma ga ma re ga re sa. This is what I spoke about Sahana. Now in Dvijavanti, it is a Bhashanga Ragam, and a Bhashanga Ragam means a raga that has got 2 notes in the same variety. Say, suppose in this case, Gandharam, you have both the Antara Gandharam and Sadharana Gandharam in Dvijavanti. Whereas in Sahana, it is only Antara Gandharam. So, when you play Dvijavanti, this is the difference that you will hear. You to differentiate between the 2 ragas, and that will be if you say this is Dvijavanti. You see that Sadharana Gandharam coming, and differentiating. In Sahana, whereas you will have Vandanamu Raghunandana Setu Bandana Bhakta Chandana Riga Andara Gandharam. Whereas in Dvijavanti it is Gama Riga Re. Your ears will have to get to differentiate between these 2 Gandharams. That is what Dvijavanti tells you. So when you're learning about Sahana, you're also getting to know a little bit about the Raga Dvijavanti. Now, in Sahana, you have a lot of these oscillations. If you had noticed the small demonstration that I gave you about the Raga, there are oscillations in the Rishabham and very long pauses that you give in the Gandharam. Re, ga, re, and the re oscillates. Re, re, ga, ma, pa, pa. So oscillations of Rishabham and pauses in Gandharam, and a glide from the Panchamam. Pa, ma, ta, ni, sa, pa. Gliding from Shadjamam to Panchamam. This is again a very, very good stamp of Sahana. When you hear Re, ga, ma, pa, ma, da, ni, sa, pa, da, ni, da, pa, ma, ga, ma, re, ga, re. So this is one of the easily identifiable raga because of these long slides, the long pauses that are being. It's not played in a hurry. You give enough time to each one of these notes to bring out the melody from the prayogas. So that is why short alapnas are always very welcome for Sahana, because it makes it interesting. When you listen to Sahana, you can see the emotions that are pouring out, emotions of surrender, emotions of devotion, emotions of being pious. Piety is something that Sahana is very famous for. It gives an instant calm to the environment. There is an emotional kind of cooling effect that you get when you listen to Sahana. There are a number of competitions in Raga Sahana, hence it is an all-time favorite for Carnatic musicians. The famous Varnam Karunimpa by Sri Tiruvatiyu Tyagayar is one of the favorite opening pieces in many concerts. Tyagaraja's famous Vandanamu Raghunandana and Giripai, Muthuswami Dikshitar's Kamalambikayam and Abhayambhayam, Papanasam Shivan's Sri Vatapi Ganapatiye are a few of the many kirtanas composed in this ragam by different composers. Carnatic musicians also use this ragam for viruttams and ragamalikas. I hope that the information that I have given about Sahana in this ragam will motivate you to go and listen to many other pieces in the same ragam, alapanas, ragamalikas and viruttams, so that your knowledge of being able to identify notes, prayogas, and thereby becoming a full-fledged musician yourself is accomplished. In the next video, I am planning to do a tutorial of Vandanamu Raghunandana in this ragam. Until then, best wishes to all of you.